Welcome back, guys, to part 10 of Impressa Challenge. We finally hit the big 1-0. This is also part 2 of the epic fail series, because as I explained last episode, I kinda misplaced the video file for what was going to be episode 9. Instead is now episode lost forever, and the actual live commentary files I lost too for this episode and the last episode. So yeah, 3 whole episodes of fail, only 2 of which you're going to see because, yeah, anyway. So in this video, I believe I'm just tackling Shinkanjo some more. Nothing really important going on. So it should be pretty chill. So I've got the stage 2 tyres to try out, so you notice the Impressa are actually handling a lot better. Ooh. As you can see here, I think we've got a wanderer. Yep. Lonely Nihilist, I think his name is. He's a wanderer that only appears at night time when you use the Ariake entrance. So yeah, if you're struggling with him, that's what you gotta do. I don't suppose anyone actually struggles with him anyways, so it's pretty... You'll find him when you're playing normally anyway. Unless you actually don't use the entrance ever, which I find it hard to believe. But yeah. So we're on the Shinkanjo stage now, which is the higher speed loop underneath the C1. It shares a stretch of road with the C1. It makes sort of a figure 8 together, but yeah, basically 2 loops. Bit of an accident there. I believe Lonely Nihilist crashed into a bit and got caught up in it. So yeah, the loop is not really its own road. It's basically made up of a short section of the Wangan and a short section of the C1, and then 2 roads that connect them either side, which is why it's called the Shinkanjo, because it's something to do with being under the Kanjo, which is the C1. So it's not really a road in itself, it's just one big connecting road. But you know, in Impressa Challenge with no Wangan, it's what you've got to live with. So I think we've got one more area left to unlock, which is Shinjuku, which is a lot like Shibuya. It's just basically down and back, down to the road and back. But Shinjuku's a lot longer, a lot twistier, a lot narrower, and it's got an airport at the end, which you may see. I don't know if you will see it during the Shinkanjo stage or not. I can't remember if you unlock it before or after you race Skull Bullet. Anyway, we will come to that bridge when we cross it. Or you could just watch my other series, shameless plug, hint hint. No, I don't... I mean, you could watch that other series and see what will happen next, but isn't it more exciting to watch commentary? Or rather listen to commentary? Because that's the real motivation behind making commentary videos, really. It's because they're much more interesting. So yeah. But anyway, as you can see, I am sort of switching between times here. I don't know what I was doing exactly. I think here I was trying to... Okay, this Wanderer won't battle me because I don't have Neon equipped. So I'll either have to face him with a 180 SX later on, or put Neon on Subaru. But yeah, I think here I'm trying to hunt out the last of the Twister guys. So I didn't want to sort of leave them hanging after I've beaten Platinum Prince. So yeah, I think we find them around here somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, I don't remember exactly when Shinjuku will pop up. When it does, you'll get the cool little movie again. showing off, which, you know, it's quite cool to have a movie like that just for a bit of road opens. In Kaido Battle, it actually gets a lot worse. Well, I say worse. There are some movies, but because Kaido Battle has one for each and every course, and there's a lot of courses in Kaido Battle, so yeah. I don't know if I'll ever do a Let's Play of Kaido Battle or TXR anytime soon, because I think one TXR game is long enough. I really want to start doing like sort of shorter games, because I don't know, I guess they're not really that action-packed as a game. Maybe like a highlights reel or something would be more suitable. But yeah, it's, they are very long games. You can't blast through, but you can blast through them, but not on your first time. I think it took me about a week to beat TXR 0 when I knew what I was doing. When I didn't know, I was like, it's going to take like a month. Kaido Battle took about a week, because it's basically the same as TXR anyway, but it's on mountain courses. Here I am just reversing into people. I think I'm trying to go back to, I think it's a Twister guy. Let's just see. So reversing. Someone's coming up. I brake, it's Twister. So I go off them. My throat's a bit today. Anyway, yeah, so this will be the last Twister person. And then we'll be racing the leader. And that's Twisted over and done with. Which is a shame, because they're a really cool team. Got a cool logo. It's not really a problem, but the problem is the RX-8 and RX-7 aren't exactly the best cars in the game. So Twister sort of loses some of their appeal that they had in TXR 0. I don't know what they're like in TXR 3 though. I don't know if they're like regarded highly or not. But in 0 they were actually quite high up, because the RX-7, which is all they drove in that game, I think. Oh no, because there was actually other RX-7s in that game as well. Anyway, you would find them with pretty highly tuned machines, and it was very difficult to beat them. Actually, 0 as a whole was very, very difficult, because you had Speed King in a 1200 horsepower Skyline JGTC car, which really was only rivaled by the Devil Z, which also had over 1000 horsepower. So yeah, it's fun times in those games trying to keep up. It wasn't easy as ITC. I think ITC, they made it really, really easy, sort of. Because I know a lot of people didn't like TXR because it's so hard, and they sort of tried to make ITC a bit more accessible, but in the process they made it too easy for the sort of, I don't want to call myself a TXR veteran, because I'm not a veteran, but for the people who know what they're doing, basically. But yeah, Blazing Mirage of Twister is not really the best driver in the world, to be honest. He gets owned pretty badly here. As do I, but not in the same way. But you can see sort of the front of Impressa now like dives into corners really, really sharply. That's to do with the new suspension settings and the new tyres. The rear end just follows where the front goes. Pretty well behaved 4-wheel drive car. Still thinking about what style to go after. Although I am leaning slightly towards rally, but the thing is, at the time of making this, episode 9 hasn't been made public yet, so I can't view any comments, if there will be any comments, because to be honest, we've not been getting any comments this early on, but we are a new channel, so it's understandable. But most of my sort of feedback has come from my friends who watch the videos as well, which is cool. Shout out to Shafts for making the 180SX suggestions early on, so maybe he'll make some suggestions for the Impressa, because he's the one who pushes me to drive Impressas. He's like, "Well, get the friggin' Impressa," because my cousin has one, or had one. It's like, alright, I'll get an Impressa. Although I'm not really going to abuse the GDB, I think. It's, as I explained before, it's a bit too much Impressa for one playthrough. This is some guy's name I cannot pronounce and will not pronounce because it's friggin' long. So I just call him 2000cc. I forget what his deal was, but I'm assuming that it's something to do with the day or something, because I have no special modifications to really coax him out or anything, so yeah. Pink 180 he's actually really quick, it's surprising. He actually keeps up right until the turnaround here down the road, and then I lose him, because the Impressa does take the corner quite well. Not as well as my old 180 did, but still quite well. As you can see, he's sticking to me really, really close here. It's, I'm like, oh my god, get off me, get off me. Approaching 160 miles an hour, hit the jump, land it, try desperately not to crash. He's ramming me. I rush for the corner, brake hard, turn in. You can see the rival arrow get big as he's getting close, and then suddenly shrink, because obviously the AI doesn't get on the power as quickly as humans do. So I've got a huge advantage. Quick acceleration, heading down the other way now, and his SP just drops, as he can't actually catch up now, which is great, because yeah, that was a tough race. But yeah, I think, well, I did say this before, I'm kind of repeating myself a lot, but after ITC I'll do a sort of a non-racing game, if I can find one. I mean, I have a lot of racing games. Yeah, I have a lot of racing games. But yeah, after whatever game I decide to play after ITC, I'll play some Need for Speed Underground 2. Because, well, I was going to play Underground, then Underground 2, then Most Wanted. But Underground 1 doesn't really want to work properly for me. It's stuck in some really stupidly low resolution, and if you use a tool to force it up resolution, 720p, it just doesn't work. It just stays small, and then when you go to a race, then it suddenly becomes full screen 720p, and it's like, this is going to screw around the recording, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I'm just going to do NFSU 2, because it's a much better game in terms of, you know, it stays constantly in 720p, and it doesn't crash me, so, well, a lot of the old NFS games will crash a lot on new PCs, because they're not optimised for dual core, or 4 core, or, you know, 6 core PCs. So what you have to do is you have to go into your task manager, find the speed.exe process, and then set the affinity to only work with 1 core, and then it works perfectly. But you may think, but 1 core has not enough power, but 1 core for me is 4.4 gigahertz, so I've got the muscle behind it to make it work, so that's all good. Plus fraps, when I record with fraps, it still maintains a high FPS, so that's awesome. So that's definitely a game I can and will let's play. Most Wanted, we'll see about. It's an awesome game, but maybe a bit done to death in terms of let's plays. Plus, there is always that sort of, it's going to take ages, because, you know, they want you to do half an hour long pursuits, and there's going to be a lot of fails in that, and I don't know if I want to make like a lot of high episode series, because I understand that, you know, you see a playlist with like 70 to 80 videos of the same game. It's like, what's he doing? But you know, maybe some people like that. I've seen sort of Skyrim Let's Plays hit like hundreds of episodes. People still watch them, but you know, that's Skyrim. It's a game you expect to be very long. Most Wanted, you can actually finish it in 2 days, but then that's 2 full days. It's like, that'd be a lot of episodes when you cut it up. So as you can see, that white 350Z just whacked a small truck there. I think racing Raging Storm, a Racing Storm. I still haven't checked which one it is. I mean, some of these logos are so hard to read, even on my monitor, which is 720p. Not much, my monitor is 1080p, my TV is 720p. And, yeah, it's hard to read some of these logos even then, so how you can read it in 480p, I don't know. But, yeah, which brings me up to another point that I made during the live commentary that, you know, obviously got lost. I use a Roxio game capture and it captures in 480p. I bought it not because I thought that it would record in HD. I know it wouldn't record in HD. I did read the small print that says you can play in 720p but you can only record in 480. I knew that when I bought it. The thing is, I bought it because it cost me £50. Because obviously I'm not, you know, I'm not rich. I can't really afford to splash out like £150 on a HD PVR. But recently I've found out about this Elgato HD recording thing that works with HDMI, and although my Xbox is far too old to work with HDMI, it's the works with component cables, which is why again I've got the Roxio, because I have component cables to work with. But because the Elgato works with HDMI, I can use it with the PS3, or at least, well, I can't do the PS3 with HDMI because, of course, the PS3 has encrypted HDMI connections, but you can use the AV port, and that will still give you 720p. And an Elgato TV is HDMI, so you still get a good picture. And of course, that will give me the ability to record 720p. PS3 videos, and obviously I've got to find a solution for the Xbox, whether I just get another recording device, or if I just say, yeah, maybe it's time for a new Xbox. Because even though this is a great Xbox I've got, it was Benson's old one, it's got an intercooler upgrade, so it won't overheat itself to death. It hasn't died on me yet, even though it's been 1 or 2 years I've had this thing. It hasn't died on me, and multiple years it was with Benson, so I think it's probably the only first generation Xbox 360 that hasn't blown up on its owner, I guess. There's probably more, but you know what I mean, you know, it's a rarity. But yeah, maybe I should get a new Xbox, especially since the 720 in quotation marks. It's not, I don't think it's going to be called 720, but you know, when a new Xbox comes out, the price of the old 360s will tumble, so we will see. No, I'll probably have to get like maybe like 100 gig, is it even a 100 gig slim Xbox? Maybe like £100, maybe, hopefully. I can pick that up, and then, you know, then that's perfect, because I've got the HDMI connection I can use with the Elgato, and but you know what this is, you know, we're talking spending £200 on just being able to record in HD, which I'm not prepared to do until this channel is partnered. I know it's a bit taboo to talk about partnerships on your channel, but yeah, we'd like to get partnered, we'd like to make money on this thing, YouTube thing, mainly so we can invest money back into it, and, you know, buy some more games to play, you know, better equipment, upgrade our PC so we can sort of give you AAA titles in ultra quality and all that jazz. Which, you know, well, it would be awesome to be able to play a game in full screen 1080p. Which, you know, I've spent maybe like £650 on my PC, It's a good PC, it's a gaming PC, but the graphics card isn't quite that high end. It's like one of the really low end AMD 1 gig cards. 1 gigabyte cards. Yeah. 1 gigabyte cards. My throat's getting a bit itchy here. Anyway, so yeah, it can't really handle running at 1080 full screen. It barely gets 30 FPS when it does that. And this is when recording, so you know, it gets about 40 to 50 when normally, but I prefer to sort of record at 60 FPS because then everything's a lot smoother. The gameplay's a lot smoother. There's no lag issues or anything like that. So yeah, I'd like to be able to sort of upgrade the card a lot. Maybe run a Crossfire setup or something, or SLI, or somewhere where I can use 2 graphics cards, and then that'll be enough power, I think. But yeah, so I don't have any sort of, the whole Xbox versus PS3 versus PC war. I don't pick. I've got all 3. I'm neutral. I have all 3. As long as it has games that I like, I'll like the console. I like the Wii U because that Lego City game looks absolutely awesome. But I just can't justify buying a console just for one game. When the other Wii U titles look just as good, but don't think I'm too interested in them. Likewise, I actually did buy an original Xbox just for Forza 1, and yeah, that I regret that. I mean, it only cost me, I think it was like 100 quid at the time, but it was like, but when I'm bored of the game, it's like, what am I going to do with the console? I had actually given away the console since then, because obviously I got the 360 and I have Forza 3 on it, so I don't quite have the hard drive space for Forza 4. I mean, it's only a 20 gig hard drive, and most of it is Forza 3 DLC, because I bought the Ultimate Collection, the one that everyone raged about, because it's like, oh, how can you release a DLC edition and screw over your customers? And it's like, yeah, it's a bit of a dick move to release such a thing when everyone supported your game for so long. But it's good for people like me who sort of waited a long time before they got Forza 3, and then to have an edition where it's full of DLC for very cheap. It's so I can see where it's where Turn 10 was thinking. See, I've completely ignored the gameplay for most of this commentary, actually, which I suppose is what usually happens in post commentaries. It just turns into a big vlog, I guess. I mean, you just have to look at sort of all the COD commentators who just do post commentaries, and it is usually just turns into a vlog, because it comes to a point where you've already said everything about the game, so you might as well turn it into like your own personal vlog. So you can see here my bad name is Bullet Prince, which I retorted about. It makes me seem like the love child of Skull Bullet and Platinum Prince. And then I was thinking, who'd the mother be? Would it be Platinum Princess or Skull Bullet Cena? And I think, probably Skull Bullet. Actually, no. Platinum Prince, because he'd be a bit girly, I think. But anyway, I'm running out of time again, and so yeah, I'm going to cut this commentary here. Next episode we'll be returning to normal service, live commentary, without hopefully, and this time I'll start sound checking before recording. There will be no more mishaps from here on out. So yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you in episode 11.